We are counting down the 10 most shocking transformations in Hollywood. These are stars whose quests for physical perfection left them unrecognizable. From subtle maintenance and denied rumors to drastic surgical gambles and medical mishaps, these stories expose the pressures, controversies, and heartbreak behind celebrity image culture. Which star's journey proved the most haunting? Let us begin with number 10. Joan Van Ark became a household name in the 1980s as Valine Ewing on Knots Landing, her face instantly recognizable from glossy soap opera publicity stills. Over the decades, fans noticed subtle but persistent changes: smoother skin, fuller cheeks, and a taut jawline that seemed to defy time. By the early 2000s, red carpet photos and entertainment headlines began to fuel speculation about Botox, fillers, and possible lifts, though Van Ark herself has remained private and never confirmed any specific procedures. In interviews, she has spoken only about the pressures of staying camera-ready in Hollywood. The gradual transformation, visible in side-by-side photos from her heyday and later years, reveals how even so-called routine maintenance can leave a star almost unrecognizable. For many, her story is a quiet reminder of the relentless demand to look ageless, even when nothing was ever truly wrong to begin with. Amanda Lepore's transformation began as an act of self-invention, not secrecy. By the late 1990s, her silhouette, with a tiny waist, an oversized bust, and cartoon lips, became a fixture in New York's club scene and fashion circles. Lepore spoke openly about multiple breast augmentations, a nose job, cheek and chin fillers, and even rib modification, all designed to push her body into a hyper-feminine ideal. Her look was immortalized in David LaChapelle photos and W magazine editorials, and it was never an accident. While tabloids called her unrecognizable, Lepore described her surgeries as performance, artistic, intentional, and unapologetic. For her, the extreme was a statement of identity, not a tragedy, challenging the very idea of what a disaster means in a world obsessed with conformity. Priscilla Presley's story stands out as a warning about the dangers lurking behind Hollywood's obsession with youth. In the early 2000s, Presley became one of several high-profile victims of Daniel Serrano, an unlicensed practitioner who injected industrial-grade silicone into clients' faces, promising miraculous results. The procedures left Presley with visible cheek swelling, lumps, and lasting facial irregularities, damage that even corrective surgery could not fully erase. Tabloid headlines and red carpet photos from 2003 onward captured the change, fueling speculation and concern. Presley's representatives confirmed her involvement in the scandal, yet she has remained mostly silent about the ordeal. The consequences of trusting an unlicensed provider are etched into her features, a stark reminder that the pursuit of perfection can carry devastating risks, especially when the pressure to remain ageless outweighs the need for safety. Melanie Griffith's face became a Hollywood timeline, each decade marked by subtle changes that slowly added up. At the 1989 Oscars, she glowed with the fresh look that made Working Girl a hit. By the 2010 Golden Globes, her features had softened and shifted, showing fuller lips, smoother skin, and a tautness around the jaw that drew whispers on red carpets and in magazine columns. Over the years, rumors swirled about rhinoplasty, facelifts, fillers, and Botox, with the most dramatic changes surfacing in the late 1990s and the early 2000s. Griffith rarely addressed the speculation, but in 2017, she admitted to having overdone fillers dissolved after realizing she no longer recognized herself in the mirror. People and Vogue ran side-by-side photo spreads, tracking the gradual drift from natural beauty to a look shaped by constant maintenance. The pressure to stay employable in an ageist industry left its mark, proof that even minor tweaks, repeated over time, can make a star nearly unrecognizable. Mickey Rourke's face became a battleground, first for his boxing ambitions, and then for the surgeons trying to repair the damage. In the 1980s, Rourke was known for his brooding good looks. Film stills from 9.5 Weeks and Angel Heart captured a leading man at his peak. After returning to the ring in the early 1990s, he suffered repeated facial injuries. By the time he appeared at the 2008 press tour for the wrestler, his features had changed dramatically. He had a crooked nose, puffier cheeks, and a jawline altered by surgery. Rourke spoke with rare honesty and told Variety in 2009 that his face got smashed, and he listed 5 nose jobs, cheek and chin implants, and a facelift among the procedures meant to fix the damage. Surgeons who reviewed his case described signs of both trauma and excess, evidence of a man struggling to reclaim what was lost, only to find himself further from the face he once knew. Linda Evangelista once defined the supermodel era, her face gracing countless Vogue covers and runway shows. In 2015, she turned to cool sculpting, a non-surgical procedure advertised as a safe way to freeze and reduce fat. But instead of shrinking, the targeted areas grew larger, a rare reaction called paradoxical adipose hyperplasia. By 2016, paparazzi photos captured a dramatic change, and Evangelista disappeared from public view. In 2021, she revealed the devastating outcome. Her fat cells had multiplied, leaving her brutally disfigured. She said she felt permanently deformed and isolated, and she launched a lawsuit against the makers of cool sculpting. The emotional fallout was as severe as the physical. Evangelista stated she could no longer work as a model. Her story is a stark warning that even the most routine cosmetic procedures can carry unpredictable, life-altering risks. Joan Rivers turned her own face into a punchline, but the reality behind the laughter was far more complicated. Over the course of her career, she admitted to at least 3 facelifts, a neck lift, and eyelid surgery, and she quipped that she had more reconstructive work than Haiti. Her self-deprecating humor played out on late-night talk shows and in her memoirs, deflecting scrutiny even as her appearance changed dramatically from the 1990s to the 2010s. Fashion Police footage from 2010 shows the contrast. A face pulled tight, features sharpened, eyes wide, and perpetually surprised. Rivers never denied her surgeries. She joked about them relentlessly, but the transparency became its own kind of armor. Beneath the wit was a woman who felt the same pressure as every other star to stay young, even when the cost was losing the face that made her famous in the first place. Michael Jackson's changing face became a global fascination and a source of endless speculation. The transformation began quietly in the early 1980s, as subtle tweaks followed his rise from Motown prodigy to pop superstar. By the time the Thriller video dominated television screens in 1983, Jackson's nose appeared narrower, a difference confirmed by at least 2 rhinoplasties during that era. Magazine covers and Rolling Stone photo shoots from the mid-1980s captured a face in flux, but Jackson consistently denied any major surgery, telling Oprah in 1993 that he had only had 1 nose job for breathing issues and nothing more. Still, each public appearance seemed to reveal new changes: a stronger chin, sculpted cheeks, and skin growing paler with each passing year. By the mid-1990s, his look at the MTV Awards had become almost statuesque, fueling rumors about implants and further surgical sculpting. Tabloid headlines exploded with side-by-side comparisons, while Jackson himself avoided direct answers, insisting his evolving appearance was the result of natural change and medical conditions. By 2001, the bridge of his nose showed signs of collapse, a visible reminder of repeated intervention. The world watched as the king of pop's face became a mystery, one that no interview or statement could fully explain, and that left fans and critics alike wondering how much of the icon's transformation was truly by choice. At just 23, Heidi Montag made headlines with a decision that stunned even Hollywood: 10 cosmetic procedures in a single day. The list reads like a surgical catalog: brow lift, chin reduction, nose job revision, breast augmentation, liposuction, buttock implants, and a series of fillers and Botox injections. Overnight, the fresh-faced reality star of 2008 became almost unrecognizable in 2010 paparazzi shots. Tabloid covers exploded with before and after comparisons, and fans barely recognized the woman on the red carpet. Montag herself admitted the toll was far greater than she had expected. In a Life and Style interview, she confessed, "People have fewer scars from car accidents than I have on my body." The physical pain was matched by regret. She spoke openly about the emotional fallout and the difficulty of living with such drastic changes. Montag's story stands as a warning about the dangers of chasing perfection at full speed and the irreversible scars, inside and out, that can follow. Jocelyn Wildenstein's transformation stands as the most extreme and haunting example of plastic surgery gone too far. In the 1980s, she appeared in society columns as a glamorous New York socialite, her look classic and untouched. By the mid-2000s, her face had become almost unrecognizable, drawing headlines worldwide. Over more than 2 decades, Wildenstein underwent a staggering series of procedures, brow lifts, canthopexy, to reshape her eyes, cheek and chin implants, multiple facelifts, and repeated lip enhancements. Each surgery pushed her features further from her original appearance, until tabloids began calling her Catwoman or the Lion Woman of New York. Paparazzi shots from 2007 show a face pulled tight, with high arched brows and dramatically altered eyes, nothing like the woman seen in 1980s party photos. Wildenstein never denied her surgeries, but rarely spoke about them, insisting she simply liked the look. Experts like Dr. Anthony Yun have called her case a warning, suggesting the changes reflect not just surgical excess, but deeper psychological struggles. The relentless tabloid coverage, the viral before and after comparisons, and the shock of her public appearances all fueled a narrative of obsession and loss. For many, Wildenstein's story is the cautionary tale, proof that the pursuit of an unattainable ideal can erase the person who was once there, leaving only a mask shaped by regret and public scrutiny. Across all 10 transformations, one pattern stands out. The relentless Hollywood pressure to chase perfection often leaves stars further from themselves. Cosmetic procedures promise control, but the true cost is identity. In a world obsessed with looks, even icons can lose what made them unique. Thanks for watching.